come in. Hello, I'm Lisa.
Hello, I'm Charlie O'Brien.
Nice to meet you, Charlie. Take a seat. Is this the first time you've been for an interview?
Yes.
How are you feeling?
A little nervous.
Nothing to be worried about. You're applying for a place on our teacher aid training course, and we just need to ask you a few questions to make sure that you're right for the course, and very importantly that the course is right for you as well. Okay, so I'll start by asking you, why do you want us to accept you for a place on this course?
Well, I've done a fair amount of teacher aid voluntary work with my school last year and this year, and I was hoping to get onto this course so I could improve my skills as a teacher aide and expand my knowledge so I can better help the students and the teacher.
Yeah, fair enough. So, do you understand what the course involves?
Well, there are 3 certificates, one for the students' behavioural needs, one for their numeracy and literacy, and one for the students' special needs. And they're done separately with 32-week periods.
Yep. And do you understand how much work we expect you to put in while you're on the course?
About 12 hours a week.
And is that going to be manageable for you?
I think it is.
Good. Okay. So what skills do you have for this kind of work, for the teacher aid work?
Well, I like to think that I have a big amount of patience. I haven't become irritated or annoyed at any of the students in the classes. And I think, well, I had trouble with my reading and writing when I was younger, so I do have empathy for those who struggle as well, and I can understand how they might be struggling.
Okay. And tell me a bit about the experience you've had of teacher aiding.
Well, I've generally had quite a good experience. I started working for just one of the teachers, and then she talked about how much she appreciated my work with other teachers, and so now I am working with about 4 teachers now, and so most of it's been really good, and there have been 1 or 2 times when a few of the students have become slightly out of control, kind of upset or quite emotional, and that's part of what's encouraging me to do this course, so I can learn better how to handle their behavioural needs.
Yeah, that's exactly what we do in the course. So you've talked a little bit about this, but you can tell me in more detail, what qualities do you think a person who's going to be a teacher aide will need?
Well, I think patience is a big one. I think, a teacher aide would need a lot of patience with the students. I think also it's good to be able to follow the instructions of the teacher. You are the teacher aide, so it's good to be able to follow their instructions. And as well as that, I think it's very good to have an understanding of how to motivate the students to actually want to do the work.
Yeah, that is an important skill. So why do you think we should give you a place on the course? It's quite competitive, and we have more people applying than we give places to. Why do you think you deserve a place on the course?
Well, I think once I've set my mind to something, I always see it through to the end, no matter what that ending might be. I always try to complete what I have set my mind to.
Okay.
So
So can you give me an example of something where you found it a little bit difficult, but you've persevered and achieved what you wanted?
Quite recently, I put on a play called Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, and I was one of the two or three main characters, Rosencrantz, and there were a lot of lines to learn. I think on the original script I had, there were about 60 pages and I was on all of them. So that's a lot I have to remember, and it wasn't easy, and yet I followed it through and didn't give up, and I'd like to think that the play was a success.
Great, okay, yeah. If we don't offer you a place on the course, what will you do?
Well, I'll just continue with working as a voluntary teacher aide at the school, and in 6 months, say, or next year, when I feel ready, I'll apply for either this course again or another course that also offers teacher aide help.
Right, so you've obviously thought about your future a bit. Tell me, how do you see your future going when you leave school?
Well, as I've said, I have really loved my teacher aide work, so that's where I'm seeing my future going at the moment, becoming a teacher aide when I finish school.
Okay. Can you tell me a bit about your strengths and weaknesses?
Well, I myself have Asperger's syndrome, so that has been the cause of some of my strengths and some of my weaknesses. So where that's been hard for me is I found my English skills I've found hard, and I've had to work at a lot, kind of my analysis of text, and I've been, as I've said, I've been slow with reading and writing, but on the other hand, I find the more logical thinking, like for example, I'm doing digital technology for my NCEA, which is quite a logical line of thinking.
Yeah.
And at the same time as I was struggling to read and write at school, my maths was fine.
Yeah. Okay. So what have you done when you've found a weakness? How have you addressed it in the past?
Well, let's say my English. I did English level 1, and that wasn't easy for me, but that's when my perseverance came through, just seeing it through to the end. And because at a number of points I could pick my own texts to read and analyse, so I would pick things like Star Trek, which is a huge love of mine.
Right.
And that would help to make it easy for me, because I know the characters and I really enjoy reading Star Trek or watching it.
Okay, so on this course, so we don't have any Star Trek, and there might be some texts and things that you will have to analyse and understand. How do you think you'll cope with that?
Well, it might be hard for me, but I will kind of follow through and kind of keep trying at it. And I have a supportive family, so I'll be getting quite a bit of support from them where I need it.
Okay. And have you got any questions for me?
Well, I was wondering when I would be hearing if I had the course or not.
Oh, we won't make you wait long. By next week we'll let you know.
Sure. Thank you. And I was wondering what parts of this course the students found hard and easy.
Yeah, it's a good question. I would say most challenges for our students come with getting a study, work-life balance, because a lot of them are working and they have family commitments, and they're also trying to have study as well, which is why we try and make the course flexible. I'd say that's the biggest challenge for most of them, is finding the time to study with everything else going on in their lives. But it sounds like that might not be such a problem for you.
Yes, I should be finishing my NCEA level 2s fairly soon, so that will mean a lot of my time at school, or I'll have free for either doing the course or doing my voluntary teacher aid work.
Okay, that sounds great. All right. So thank you very much for coming in today,
Yes,
Charlie. It's
thank
been
you.
lovely to meet you.
And you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.